And there's quite a bit of a storm coming in. Doing a little bit of last provisioning before we head out for the Exumas tomorrow.
Bye, Eleuthera! It was fun! The waves are getting really tight together and they're pretty big. We've got a dolphin on our hand line.
I am so excited. This is the best moment. After backpacking, we decided to see the world by sailboat. We sailed from the Great Lakes of Canada and made it to the Bahamas, where the unexpected happened.
Still not able to start the engine.
And we're gonna have a feast!
We got a dolphin fish! Let's go! It's just epic.
The main reason why we came into Rocks on Anchorage is that, well, it's a nice sheltered area and there's quite a bit of a storm coming in. So today the wind's coming from the north, well, right now almost northeast, and it's supposed to be blowing up to like 25 knots or so, but I think it's a little less than that. And there's little waves, but nothing too serious. And there's like 30 boats in the anchorage, which is quite a bit of boats. But there's so much space. We're kind of boat bound for the next couple of days because this is only the beginning of it. Actually, the next 3 days are gonna be pretty bad. It's kind of like consistent 29 knots, gusting to 38, 39. So hopefully it doesn't get any worse than this because I don't want to relive a crazy storm like the one we had in New York. And so far we haven't really moved, which is really good because we did a full 180 on our anchor and our mantis anchor just reset itself instantly. We didn't even really drag. So let's see what happens. Well, today is supposedly the strongest wind of the storm, seems like. That high pressure system's been here for a while now and will continue for a little longer. But I think that today it's supposed to be gusting to like 40 knots and consistent 28 knots. But we're super well protected still, so there's barely no waves. And we've been holding pretty good, which is awesome. Well, this is what we do when there's a bit of a storm outside. We do some editing, especially that it's sunny outside, so we're getting lots of power. But we're pretty much stuck on the boat right now. I mean, we could still go out, it's not too bad, but it's nice to just keep an eye on all of the boats around us because you never know if one of them is gonna drag. Our anchor is like really dug into the sand, which is super nice. I even dove on it to make sure it was all good. And we've got a 10:1 scope right now with the snubber, so I think we're pretty bummer and good to go. What do you think about the sunset?
Oh, it's beautiful.
So we made it out of the boat and we're back to land, doing a little bit of last provisioning before we head out for the Exumas tomorrow. So get some food, get some water, and all the goodies.
Yeah,
shopping. We're buying food and then we're buying things when you eat the food.
Okay, if you want Cheerios, it's really expensive. Yeah,
so everything together?
Oh,
that's
disgusting. Yeah, well,
it's horrible. You can't use them in your
finding some.
Hey, just add some.
Yeah,
that's
no, it's what I do with everything.
You say everything together, right?
Yeah, this comes as well.
Okay.
Well, that's pretty good. We got a bunch of beers. And they gave us an extra 4 beers for free. Not entirely sure what happened there. And you can also taste all their liquor that they're selling. So we tasted some rum, coconut rum from the Bahamas. That was pretty good, so we bought a full bottle for $12.
The foot of the sail.
Yeah.
What's happening here?
He's rigging us up because he's the professional fisherman out of the four of us, at least.
I'm certainly not.
And he's showing us what'll work well. He lent us his hand line because all of our lures and reels, basically, we'll probably lose all of the line on the reel because the fish are big out here, and all of our setup is basically for mostly small fish. We do have a couple lures that are good for big fish, but it's no good if we're going to lose the lure in the process. So he's making sure that doesn't happen.
So we're making a teaser first of all for him with these, I don't know what we call these, squid poppers? I don't know. So we'll rig up a few of these with some beads and a swivel behind. And then at the very end we have...
These guys.
Yeah, that purple and whatever. And that one's gonna catch the biggest tuna. That's gonna catch sashimi for tomorrow night, hopefully. That'd be sweet.
Awesome.
Excited?
Yeah, we're going to Eleuthera today. Or sorry, we're leaving Eleuthera and going to Exumas today. It's gonna be awesome. The wind is still kind of dying down a little bit, so it's gonna be pretty choppy out there. But it should be fun. We're gonna hopefully catch some fish along the way too.
Pulling of the anchor going.
That's good. Not too much wind, so it's relatively easy. At least not too much because we're protected by this landmass here. Buddy boat's getting ready to leave, and we are cruising through the anchorage.
Yeehaw! Yet again, we pull anchor under sail, so without a motor. After having spent almost a week in Rock Sound, it was time to leave Eleuthera Island and go explore more of the Bahamas. Sailing out of the anchorage while weaving in between boats was fairly easy today. I only had to make sure I wasn't sailing on top of anchors or chains. This bay offered us great shelter, and I would definitely come back here to wait out another storm. Over the past few days, we spent a lot of time with Cody and Therese from Vinyasa, and we're building a strong friendship. This is why we decided to leave together and buddy boat to the Exumas. The nice breeze carried us out of Rock Sound quickly, and I took advantage of the lack of waves to enjoy the view from the bow without bouncing around. Shortly after, a little rain squall left us with a colorful double rainbow. I love those.
Woo! Downwind sailing. We got our wind and the waves at our back. We got a couple fishing rods in, or one fishing rod with some teasers with no hooks. Little squid things. We got a hand line that Cody and Teresa lent us for fishing because basically all our reels and stuff weren't going to be able to handle any large fish, so hopefully we catch something really big.
The first step of leaving Rock Sound and Eleuthera Island when you're heading to the Exumas is to cross the Davis Channel, which is at the southern end of Eleuthera. So right now we're kind of making our way through there, heading downwind. Hopefully there's not too much current because the tide is coming in. But if we wait too late, then we're never gonna make it to Highborn Key before night. So that's why we're leaving right now.
Eleuthera. It was fun. See you next time. We just finished going through Davis Channel. That was pretty cool. It was pretty easy actually under sail. A little bit of current, so you slow down maybe to between 3 and 4 knots. But really it was pretty easy. There was no issues with just sailing through there. And we had our wind at the back pretty much the whole time. That's gonna be the rest of the day essentially, because we're heading west and the wind's coming from the east.
Straight ahead, we could really see the drastic change of colors from the turquoise blue to the deep Exuma Sound, which was dark blue. Unfortunately, no fish bit while passing over the ledge, and our depth sounder stopped reading because it was too deep. We no longer had the shelter of rock sound, so the waves quickly built up. Little by little, the island of Eleuthera disappeared, and we became fully surrounded by the Exuma Sound. It's such a foreign feeling, not seeing land, but only water, when you've lived your whole life on land. I felt so small, yet free and happy. And to think that we are traveling by only using the power of the wind.
Wavy action! The waves are getting really tight together and they're pretty big actually.
Sailing with the buddy boat is fun. Cody and Corey kept calling each other's in the VHF radio throughout the whole day.
Like your whole housetop is under the wave that we see go by.
Asking if either one of them had any bites on the fishing lines. But still nothing.
We've got a dolphin on our hand line, and one, I think the other one, maybe its mate, went for our teaser. So we're just letting him tire out a little bit and then we're gonna pull him in. All right, pass me the gloves.
Somewhere out there.
Oh yeah, there it is. Shy.
He's in the wave.
Oh, there it is.
Alright, we'll let him tire out a little more. Shit, we're backfilled. It's the biggest fish I've ever caught. We got a dolphin fish. Look at him, he's huge.
Yay! Awesome!
Let's see it. I missed it.
Woo!
That's awesome, guys.
That's amazing!
So this was by far the biggest fish I've ever caught, and it was really exciting because I actually saw him go up for the lure. I just happened to be looking back, and then either its spouse or another dolphin, you know, in its pod or whatever, jumped for our little leaders, and it kept trying to bite it, but it had no hook, so we couldn't hook it. But it was probably for the best because we most likely wouldn't have been able to reel it in with that rod.
With that big of a fish, we figured we would have quite a few meals for the 4 of us. So Cody from SV Vinyasa reeled in their lines. No need to catch more than what we could eat. And Threes called us back saying she had some rice for sushis already cooking on the stove. What an exciting crossing. But it was quite a challenge, trying to drive and film. Meanwhile, Corey was trying to reel in that huge mahi aboard. Our little autopilot, Jittery Jack 2.0, couldn't really handle downwind sailing in big waves like this. We were so excited and looking forward to supper. SV Vinyasa was coming in closer to try to get a better look at our big catch. And we were trying to lift the fish while keeping our balance. Good times are even better when shared with others, especially when you find like-minded people.
Yeah!
Perfect! Whoa! Yeah!
Yeah, it's about time to fillet him. He's turning colors. Awesome. Just, it's the best if you start up at the backbone. Make your cut along the backbone. And then come down from the head diagonal. And then start from the belly.
Corey started to fillet the mahi on one of the seats, but we were almost on the other side of the Exuma Sound, and just about to enter Allan's cut. So Corey really had to hurry up, because I kinda like being to handle lines and sails, especially when entering a cut without engine as a backup.
Well, that was pretty interesting. As we were coming in, I'm trying to fillet the big dolphin that we caught, or the big dolphin fish. We don't catch dolphins, just fish. And there's all this weird swell direction and stuff, and we're bouncing all over the place. So we couldn't really film it because Alex had to steer, and autopilot really doesn't work that well when we're bouncing around. And so we got it all filleted. I got it as tight, close to the bone as possible. Dolphin have little knuckles on their spine, it seems like, so I kind of figured it out on the second fillet, how to fillet it a little closer. But yeah, we're having fish tonight. Super excited. We're just tucking in behind Allan's key there now, and we're gonna cook up a good feed. It's gonna be awesome.
Real chopsticks, real sushi. When we roll them up, oh man, it's gonna be so good.
Something that we don't want to jump in the water with tomorrow.
Well, we won't leave it in. I'll throw it overboard if we're going in the water.
Don't fall in and don't feed the sharks, eh?
He doesn't swim like he used to. There's probably going to be a barracuda in here faster than the sharks. Like that, those are
Okay,
nice.
so
And
that's
they're
all
perfect
the meat
size.
from that fish. It's really heavy. We're gonna be fully fed for a couple of days, I think. Well, this is pretty awesome. So we got a fish, filleted, and now Vinyasa, Cody and Therese picked us up, and they're making some sushi with our fish. Should be good. It'll be really good.
The other day I was rigging it up, I was like, this was my idea of how I thought that it would work, and I guess it proved.
Yeah.
Did it stretch the bungee all the way?
Yeah, I mean, it was as stretched as I could see it anyway. Like, it would stretch and then he would kind of let off for a second, and then he stretched it like 3-4 times. And then finally, once she got the camera and we reeled in the other line, because the other line just kept getting hit, I finally was like, maybe I shouldn't leave it out too long in case a shark comes, even though it's...
How's the sushi process going on here?
We are heating the little steak of the fish. Trying to get some pieces off. I'm just getting this white in the bottom off here. And then we're gonna make sushi rolls with spicy mayo and something that I'm not sure, it's not a cucumber I don't think, but it's similar enough to where it's gonna be really good. And got my new chopsticks out. They're in the bottom there. They're even wrapped in plastic still. So this is gonna be wonderful.
You try. Oh, thanks.
All right. You ready?
Cheers.
Cheers.
And then then your only concern is it running side to side. Okay. Don't give up very.
And the topic of the evening was our huge mahi
in the
mahi
water.
and
Like
fishing
I said, we used to go
techniques.
fishing and like we'd find those. That's like a only saltwater fish.
I don't think I'll ever run just a line with no teasers anymore, you know, like why not?
Probably sometime around that night, a Bahamas tradition started with Therese. One night, supper on Vinyasa, and the following day on Wildly Intrepid, and so forth. That way, we all experience more varied suppers,
That's like I
and
said, you
Therese
drug
and
that
I
fish away from the
each
group.
had a night off
They
from
all
cooking
A lot
and
of
doing
sheets
the
of women catch
dishes.
so much fish.
Oh yeah, you better not drop.
Oh man, look at that.
That was the
Awesome.
weirdest walk.
And you do your sushi with regular rice, I guess.
I do because it's just I tried it once and it worked. And I never. So I was like,
Because we tried to find sticky rice, we finally found it, but it was.
You've never used these.
no, those are brand new.
She used them and then wrapped
Or
them
fish.
Yeah.
Second of all, and then you didn't let me fish any longer.
That is.
So
Actually, I'm kind of angry with you guys right now.
Hey, you didn't give me.
Uh-oh.
I'll start to you right now.
I am so excited. This is the best moment. We have been dreaming about catching fish ever since we got to the Bahamas. And, well, Corey did spear a couple of fish, but this is the biggest fish we've ever caught. And it was in a headline. So right now we're going to be enjoying some tasty sushi and sashimi. I'm so excited.
Thank you both.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Hey, it was your toughness that brought in the fish today.
Your hands, not mine. You got it. You got the blood on your hands, man.
And my
I
chopsticks
was so
that I
bloody.
bought
And
when
the-
I was 19 in Thailand are coming to good use for the first time with this amazing mahi. So.
Mm-hmm.
Things and
And then
upgrade
they
other
go
things.
back
and then,
again and they're like, oh, we
Yeah.
have to do that too. I forgot about it. It's pretty good.
I don't want to get bit. You know me, I tend to get bit by the randomest stuff. Monkeys, dogs. So tonight we're making some fish tacos. Welcome to restaurant Wildly Intrepid tonight. We were so excited. And so were the bull sharks. 5 of them instantly showed up.